Jack Jill here.
Good day.
Welcome to the Jack Jill Show. It's here that we provide entertaining real estate and investment advice. I'm Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about why you can't find good help anymore. Specifically, why can't we?
Yeah.
Or can we?
Oh, this is going to be good. Starting with us. Just kidding.
We're your help, actually, listener.
We're stuck with each other. So let's talk about that for a while.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the jackjill.com online community. It's free.
Okay. Solomon O. asks, "Hi all, I'm currently in acquisitions for a real estate investment company that focuses on repositions, in parentheses, trying to improve the performance of an asset, example, apartments, into parentheses, and development of residential and apartments."
So hold on, Jill. I mean, this is a good question this guy's got and a good comment, but repositioning an asset is this. You take an apartment building that's maybe, I don't know, left over from the 80s or 90s, got good occupancy in a good location. You buy it. You either kick everybody out or you send them a notice and say, we're raising your rent, and a certain number of people leave. And then let's say they reposition the asset, the owner does, where they accept pets.
Oh.
Or they make it bring it up to date.
Okay.
So they can put new stoves in or appliances, and they can reposition the asset in the environment that it's in and then make it generate more money.
Got it. Okay. While the paydays are huge, similar to the position of Jack, love it, the process is a long one with lots of ifs, ands, and buts, all of which can make the deals go sideways.
Lots of variables.
True. Although, which I understand too, you're not sure, can I get this much out of it if I redo the kitchen? That kind of thing. Although I have some experience in land acquisition, I'm brand spanking new to finding unwanted land and trying to flip it for more. Most of the owners I chase have been flooded with mailers asking them to sell. To cut through the noise, I get on the phone and contact the owners directly, but it's still a very cutthroat business. Mm-hmm. Outside of listening to the podcast and reading the forums, what kind of action can I take today to get the ball rolling in my favor? I posted on Craigslist as shown on the free ebook PDF, but I'm not sure what the next step is. Thanks to all that reach out.
It's a good question from a clearly accomplished, intelligent real estate person.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? Doing a different asset.
So you talk to people all the time, Joe, that are just like this. What's your advice?
Oh, send more mail. I mean, okay, let's talk about
He's
this.
not in our group.
Okay. Oh, okay. Got it. Well, that could be it. So the only time I run into the first thing that I've heard of running into the first thing, I should say, which is people flooded with mailers. He's not talking about dirt mailers like we have. He has not sent a mailer out. Okay.
He talks to your apartment building owners who are flooded with the mailers that we bashed. Yeah.
Stupid stuff.
The wrong kinds of mailers.
This is true. I mean, that's the whole point of this, is you need to send a real offer. You need to do upfront homework, and you're only sending serious offers to the right people.
Man, you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. So go find a place that has very little competition. The real estate people, if you're not in the real estate business, that's a huge advantage. You're learning fresh. If you're an experienced real estate person like Solomon here, he's got to unlearn a lot of stuff.
That's true. The whole driving for dollars thing and all that. That's the point. Yeah, the 1975 way of doing this doesn't apply anymore, but a lot of people are driving around doing it like it's 1975, carrying business cards in their pockets and trying to meet people at networking events or wherever it is to get the inside track of, my cousin wants to sell his apartment building. That's the dumbest thing on the planet.
One of my first real job out of college was I was a commercial real estate broker, and I worked for a huge commercial management company in Michigan. And they talk about 1975. That they were right out of that mindset. They believed that you should get to know one or two markets really well and get to know everybody in that market, all the building owners and everything, and pitch them on management contracts and the whole thing. That's very similar probably to what Solomon's going through. Here's what I say. Here's my advice to answer his question. Get to know data and how to use it.
Yeah.
Get yourself educated regardless of where you get the education. I would suggest multiple places other than just us. Because once you're done with that and you're comfortable with it, you can send a mailer out, and I'm going to assume that you're in Southern California here. You can send a mailer out in Wisconsin for landowners, apartment building owners, or house owners, and you're going to get an incredible response. So the competition, the fierce competition, quote unquote, that you're experiencing is only because you're in one little market. And you could be in all markets, literally in all markets, if you understand how to use data and get out blind offers. So you have a great start, man.
You're right. The point really is the data. That's the key. And I tell everybody this. When you're thinking about jumping into this, that's one of the things I talk to new people who are thinking about making that step. Please plan on spending time analyzing data and getting really comfortable with it. And I tell them, Jack goes off and we don't see him for a while, and he comes back with his mailer because he's shut himself away to price these things and really get into it and look at it and analyze it and come back with really good, serious offers. That's going to trigger people to say, oh, all right, you know what? That price makes sense to me. I do want to sell.
Then we get it all out in the mail through offers to owners. And then everybody, the whole office just it rains in money.
Yep. It's fun. And it continues on and on and on. I talked to a guy yesterday about it because he was getting his ducks in a row. He's like, what should I be doing right now while I'm planning? And one of the things I was talking to him about was setting up a mail situation and a phone number that you can keep forever. So I was making sure it's a little detail, but man, it's important. We've had our same phone number since I don't remember when. You buy a phone number and you port it wherever you need to. You just keep that phone number because once you get this ball rolling, it will last you for years.
I got a deal in yesterday from Elko, Nevada on a mailer that we did, I don't know how many years ago. And the person said, I don't know if you remember, but we talked like in 2004 or something like that. And obviously I don't remember at all. And she said, well, we talked and we just couldn't put it together back then. And she said, I would like to, if you just want it for $100 just to solve this whole thing. And I said, okay, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah. I love those. That's so great.
I know. And it's all because we had the same phone number, same email, same.
Wasn't that great? Well, I have a good one too. I'm going to share real quick. I had a guy who reached out to us because he's new to our group, and he's was reaching out. We started a company called Title Mine, and we're closing deals for people, and we had to close it up a little bit because we got overwhelmed.
Is that reopened now?
Holy cow! Yes, and it's open. But he was sending us a note.
Days, we had to turn it off.
Sent a note saying, "Hey, I don't know if you guys can. Is it open again?" I'm like, "Yep." But his note was, I reached out to somebody to buy this, I don't know, however many small, maybe 1 acre, 2 acre properties. And the person called me back and this one didn't work out, but they had a 40 acre property that they just wanted to unload. I'm not kidding, for $1,000. And he's like, I am afraid and I don't want to mess it up.
You're afraid?
Right. Well, no, because he's brand new. He says, I want to make sure the transaction goes perfect. And he was reaching out to say, can Title Mine handle this?
Closing it?
Oh, no. Yeah, totally. So it's funny, but a 40 acre property for $1,000. I'm like, we can so help you.
The Title Mine is a direct result of people saying this stuff to us over and over again. All we're doing is we're making a company out of people that already work for us and making it available and charging for it. Yeah,
stuff that we all need.
I close all my deals through Title Mine. And I have since the 90s. But we just always called it
our own company.
The people in the corner.
It's our people. Yeah.
And now it's Title Mine.
Now we gave them a name and a website and do it for other people.
All the mailers since 1999 were the people in the other corner, and now we call it offers to owners.
Exactly.
and charge for it. So you're in good hands, is my point.
Yep. Awesome.
So, Solomon, you're like 95% of the way there. You just need to rethink. He's a professional acquisitions person is asking us for advice. That's the coolest thing ever. So, bless you.
Thank you.
So, get to know some data, kind of get your head around the fact that dealing with brokers and dealing with the MLS is really kind of 1995. And get some stuff in the mail. You're already all set. You know how to buy real estate.
And we'll help you.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Today's topic, you can't find good help anymore, so it seems. This is the meat of the show. So Jill and I have experienced pretty dramatically in the last 12 months a pretty high attrition rate with the people who work for us.
Wait. Well, let's back up here. It's
both at our house and both professionally and socially.
Is attrition... Is it? I have a question.
I'm trying to be nice, but go ahead.
Is the definition of attrition them asking to leave, or us asking them to leave?
I believe that the definition of attrition is natural turnover. Meaning death.
A death. What the heck?
I'm gonna look it up.
What?
Cover me.
The heck? No, because the reason I'm asking that is, it happens. Let's just be honest, it happens. And I know we're gonna talk about our experiences. And so the point I think Jack's making is I don't think it's really high, do you?
The definition
I think it
of attrition
happens.
is the process of gradually reducing strength or effectiveness. So I was way wrong.
Oh yeah, attrition's not the right word.
So
because we've been building strength.
So listeners, you can stop writing the email you were just about to send.
Telling Jack the definition of attrition.
Yeah, get a life, Jack. Jeez.
Yeah, no. Turnover.
Turnover, let's just say.
Yeah.
Unnatural, unhealthy, forced turnover.
You know what, Jack? No, I don't think it's even that. You know what's funny, though? You say we can't. I kind of disagree. I think this is all normal, and that's just part of the way it goes.
I do, too.
I think
I just don't like it.
Probably for every... who knows, 2, 3, however many people it is you hire, some are going to make the cut and some are not going to make the cut, and you have to plan for that. So when you say you can't find good help anymore, it's hard. I mean, that's just the reality.
There's some stuff that I've learned that I was completely wrong about. I thought you could buy your way out of this. You could spend a tremendous amount of money on a staff and not have any issues at all.
It's true.
And that's not the case.
Not at all. Yeah, if you could say, this guy's an operator, he's going to do this, this, and this. We're paying him X amount of money. I know it's a lot, but here's what he can do. And then they're like, what just happened? That didn't work out at all.
Jill had recently had a natural act of brilliance, and she sat everybody down. I wasn't there because they don't let me in the office anymore, the California office anyway. And she said, everybody, we're going to go around the room. Tell me what's important to you. And one person said, time off. One person said, attaboys. And one person said, money. And there are several other, I don't remember. Those are the ones that stuck out, but there are all different versions of that. And for me, it's always been, I'm happy to work in a broom closet. And
what is yours?
All right. Mine is money. Mine is pure financial reward based on performance.
Got it.
That's it. That's why I started in a full commission job and ate ramen noodles in the beginning.
Love it.
Because that was dramatic. I made like $30,000 the first year and like $300 the second. And then from there I went into acquisitions, which I made even more. And it never stopped. So I guess it's important twofold to understand, if you're the one being hired, what's important, and put yourself in an environment where you're going to get rewarded for that.
True.
We've all sat there across the table from somebody and listened to them about their job for, I can't say that word, sorry. Now I have to bleep it out in editing. Argue about, or just purge about their job and their employer and the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's probably because, for whatever reason, they took that job because they thought they had to, or they were like blindsided. I don't know. What do you think?
Or they were desperate.
What do you think this mismatch between employers and employees is? Because that's really what we're talking about.
I think it happens when people don't properly represent themselves on both sides. So, and that's one of the things that I always try to do, whether it's for our members or I'm hiring an employee or whatever. I want them to know right away what you're going to. You're going to be in an office. It's going to be this kind of environment. You're going to be on the phone this much time. You're going to be doing this much time. One of my critical things is can you solve your own problems?
Me too.
So, and I need to it's my job as I'm hiring someone, as an employer, to properly convey what my expectations and what I need them to bring to the table. And then it's their job to say, I can do this, I can't do that, I'm going to try my hardest, I can do this, whatever it is. And then we figure it out, and it's just being upfront and honest.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's it. And the only times, this is a reality. The people that we have let go in the past is because they weren't honest. They said, I got this. Sure, oh, yeah. And then they get in, we're like, wait a minute. You said you know how to do this, and this. And they're like, well, I thought I did.
Misrepresented what they're capable of. just to get a job. Like
Exactly.
dating.
Yeah. Yeah. Same thing. That's why marriages don't work out. Oh, I wake up like this. Of course. You know what I mean?
Gosh, that's so true.
Yeah.
Grossly misrepresented.
I only need this to make myself happy. Just kidding. No, of course I don't want to do that. I would not change you.
I heard somebody, a young person, say this recently. I can't wait until we actually get married so I can relax.
Oh my gosh.
That's exactly the problem.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure that's what goes on with people getting hired too.
Oh my! I heard someone say something to the effect of, "Just wait, you can mold him into the husband you want him to be," kind of thing.
Did they really say that?
Seriously,
That's a disaster waiting to happen. Men never change. Do you know this?
I'm familiar with that. Yes, I have noticed that.
What's some advice that you would give?
Oh no!
Give a young woman who's engaged, let's say.
Oh, and I have given this advice.
I want to hear this.
The man that you're marrying right now today is the same guy he's going to be exactly 10 years from now. So if you are not happy with who he is right now today, you're in big trouble.
Are they horrified?
Yes, they are.
And they still get married, don't they?
They do.
Because they don't believe you.
Because they've got a pretty ring on their finger, and that's what they
Jill,
think.
that's
they don't
tragic.
know. I know. They keep thinking, I'll change his mind. He may not want kids, but I got this. Or he may think he doesn't want to do this, but I got this. Wait till we're married. They do.
You know what guys say?
Uh-oh.
I hope this girl right here never changes.
Oh.
And they always do. They turn into your mother.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, what the heck?
Because they're not being upfront and honest, I think.
Yeah, they're lying just like we're talking about.
That must be it.
They're grossly misrepresenting what they're capable of.
InLife.com.
We have an IT staff, and this is what I tell them during the interview process when it gets to me. I say,
if it
this
gets
is
to
not, well, before they get hired, at the end. This is not a think tank. Okay?
Yeah.
We're not a research company. We have deadlines, and they're tough.
Yeah.
And so if you don't know how to do X, Y, and Z...
Sometimes it makes me cry.
If you don't know how to do X, Y, Z or anything, tell me now, because we're not going to because it's very typical in the IT world right now to hire somebody and then have them spend 2 weeks figuring out what you actually hired them for. There's very common in the IT industry for someone to wake up today and say, all right, I'm an IT person, just because they knew how to use their iPhone when they were little. Right. And then they sit there and figure it out on the company's dime. If I sound angry about this, it's because I am. Our staff, it took me a while. This is why I say it's hard to find good help. It took me a lot. I mean, we're on I don't know. We've had a tremendous IT staff turnover. We have some great people now.
Mm-hmm. I'm really happy.
But geez, we've had some people that just grossly misrepresented what they're capable of.
I'm super happy. You know what? And that's the whole thing. Just be upfront and honest, and then there's no surprises. I know exactly what my staff is capable of, and I know the parts that they need some help with, and we all work together on, and that's okay. And a good example is IT yesterday. I actually thanked your guy. I gave him a pretty big project yesterday. We had some international checkout issues, and I said, you know what? Please spend all day if it takes.
The website guy.
I said, I don't care. And he had 6 other things that needed to be done. I said, and I sent out a group email to everybody saying, leave this guy alone. Don't send him anything. He's not available.
Did they do it?
Yeah, they did. So, well, you know what? And I haven't lifted the curtain yet, so they don't know he's available now. So
that's good.
No,
he's enjoying this.
Yeah, probably. I'm like,
he probably deserves it.
Because we all need some time to really sit and focus on things. And if you're bombarded with stuff, you can't.
Right.
And I was actually kind of coaching him and hopefully helping. It's okay to shut things down for a couple hours and say, I'm busy. Because if in my experiences, you're going to do better work if you can just be focused like you do, Jack, when you go pricing. When you go off and go do your thing with pricing or whatever it is you're working on your new program. If we were constantly bombarding you 10 times a day with menial things, you would not get anything done. That's a fact.
Yep.
You have
well
to
said.
Shut yourself away and do it.
I don't care what level you are.
Mm-hmm.
I never told you this, but when I price, it's a good get the creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
I have to play video games for like 6 hours a day.
You know what? I understand that. No, and that's okay because you know what? Because I need to
I'm
also.
joking around, by the way.
Well, I don't care. Whatever it is, you have to.
You're the best partner ever. If you actually
have to
think
be.
that's okay.
I got to get in creative mode to be creative, and I might have to go ride my bike or goof off a little bit. Seriously, to get my head out of the minutia of, whatever work stuff, to go be creative for a little while.
So you're the coolest girl ever, officially.
If you have to play games, and seriously, I don't think that's crazy. It's not bad.
Let's end this on a good note, shall we?
Okay. Well, you've done it again. Wasted another, I don't know how many minutes listening to the Jack Jill Show. Join us tomorrow where we discuss deals we're doing right now. Oh.
And answer your questions, should you have one. We'll answer your questions, should you have one. Post it on jackjill.com.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
We got our roles reversed in the script issue. It's not new for us.
Did. I was like trying to cut it off, and so I decided to jump in and cut it off. It's all
Deals
good.
we're doing right now tomorrow. I've got a whole list actually in my head.
Oh.
Share the fun by subscribing on iTunes or wherever you're listening. And while you're at it, rate us.
We are Jack and Jill.
Information
And inspiration
to buy undervalued property.